Hey, what's up, guys? Jake here with Success Motors. Man, I could not be more excited to start making some videos for you guys. It's been a little while because, man, we sold all of our Excursions really quick in the month of January. So we've been kind of busting it on the back end trying to get some trucks. And man, do we ever have some really good trucks. We've got 7 Ford Excursions right now, all of which are, in my opinion, top tier, upper echelon Ford Excursions. We're going to be pumping them out over the next week or two, so should see a lot of videos, a lot of walk around videos and whatnot for these Ford Excursions coming up. But hey, if this is your second or third time, man, welcome back. I sure appreciate your viewership and your comments and your support. If this is your first time, my name is Jake. I am the owner-operator of Success Motors. We are a specialty dealer down in College Station, Texas, and we primarily sell Ford Excursions. In fact, we're somewhere in the ballpark of 40 Ford Excursions sold in the last 10 or 12 months. So, man, you got to look pretty hard to find somebody selling more Excursions than we are. But as I mentioned a moment ago, we have some really nice trucks, man. And this one is one I'm very excited to show you guys. In fact, I just let my wife test drive it because I'm trying to get her to keep one of these Excursions. She's in an F-150 right now. And I think this would be a great candidate for us to keep. So if I'm willing to keep it, that probably speaks volumes. But anyway, if you guys have any questions about this Ford Excursion or any others, feel free to call me, 979-202-1948. Or you can email us, info@successmotors.net. All right. Without further ado, let's get into the nitty-gritty of this puppy. This one's a 2004 Ford Excursion. It is a limited ultimate. You guys, this one is such a nice truck, and I'll tell you why along the way. This one is fully bulletproofed, never tuned. It has so many new parts. I'm going to show you guys the receipts here in a minute, but I've got about $12,000 worth of work done in the past, literal $12,000 worth of motor work done in the last 100 miles. And then we also did a slew of things to this to make it just shine. We've really elevated the game on what we're doing. And we did a full-fledged paint correction and wax on this thing. So, man, this thing, I believe, was already garage kept because the clear coat was phenomenal before. But now it just sparkles like a brand new truck. So I'm going to show you, as always, all the flaws that I can find. Looks like a little scratch there and a little scratch there. But, man, this guy is very clean. Again, it's a 2004 fully bulletproofed Texas truck, 2-owner. The most recent owner, man, they were an elderly couple, and they used it to drive around and carry their dogs around in and whatnot. We've got a little nick right there. It is, of course, 4-wheel drive. I'm telling you, this is probably one of the cleanest Excursions available anywhere, particularly after we have done what we have done to it. Not a single dent here on the passenger side. If you're new to the channel, I will start it up. We're even going to do a drive with it. We're going to do a drive around here at the end of the video, so stay tuned. I'll drive it. I'll let you guys hear it. I'll show you underneath the hood. And I'm also going to show you the receipts when we get inside, because the receipts are inside. Little scratch right there. So obviously that's down into the paint if it didn't come out with the paint correction that we did. We did a 2-step paint correction. I suppose you could have done 4, or you could even wet sand it, but we chose not to go that route. You guys, not a single dent on the passenger side. Again, 2-owner, Texas truck, no history of accidents, clean title. Man, just super nice. It does have these new Goodyear Wrangler all-terrain tires on it, size 265/75 R16s. These tires are not brand new, but they are really new. They've got a lot of tread, a lot of life left on them. You can tell somebody added the aftermarket side step. That's probably from a Ford vehicle. It's just that's not an Excursion step. Somebody changed that. Coming around back, again, there was no flaws on that other side there to show you, except for a couple of little scratches. Again, it's limited. It does have a backup camera, backup sensors, and just good. The worst, I guess, flaws on the whole thing would be just some little scratches and nicks in this piece right here. But what I will show you is there's no oxidation on this piece, and it hasn't been repainted, which would tell me this thing spent most of its life inside. Coming around driver's side, Man, the driver's side is just about the same, guys. Very, very clean. Again, rust-free Texas truck. I'm excited to show you all the receipts here in a minute. And then definitely stay tuned for the driving impressions, because this thing drives so good. Little flaw right there, and a little flaw right there, and right there. For a 20-year-old vehicle, man, this thing is so clean. Also, if you're new to the channel, the primary reason for these videos is because 90% of our Excursions get sold to somebody up north. So I want you to feel confident in buying this thing. You can buy it completely sight unseen. Happy to give you whatever information you might need to be confident and comfortable. But hopefully at the end of this video, you'll know as much about it as I do, and you can forego driving down here or flying down here, although you could. We do have an airport close by. I'm happy to pick you up in the airport. We've done that dozens of times. But hopefully you'd be sufficient with just handling everything electronically, and we'll ship this thing to you. Guys, I didn't see any dents on this side. Not a single dent, just a couple of, light little bitty scratches like that. Looks like the panel here is, the sticky has just come off a little bit right there, so be aware of that. Some double-sided tape would handle that puppy right there. Sorry I didn't already do that. Hopefully you guys can tell how just clean this paint job is. Again, we did a two-step paint correction on it. Wheels are super clean. New tires all around. It does have this grill guard on it. Some people like it, some people don't. If you don't, that's cool. If you do, even cooler. Check out the hood. Just clean. Again, we did not repaint this. It just had a paint correction. All right, let's get inside, as I want to show you guys the receipts. All right, so check it out. This is why you want to buy from Success Motors. I'm trying to elevate the game here, okay? So this truck, when we bought it, it did not have any issues. In fact, I took it to the mechanic, CS Diesel Performance in Tomball. By the way, they do a phenomenal job. Go see my guy JC over there. He does a great job. And I took this truck in there, and he said, man, I wouldn't open the motor up. This thing is clearly been babied. It's never been tuned, and it runs perfect. I wouldn't do anything to it. I said, man, I want to bulletproof it, because most people are going to want that. So let's go ahead and bulletproof it, and let's do everything we need to just ensure its longevity. So we went ahead and bulletproofed it, and he took the cab off and did the whole thing. And when he had the heads apart, he texted me pictures and he showed me, man, these heads are in phenomenal condition. So here is a synopsis of what we have done. There's also a few things probably not listed here, but we did the full-fledged, you can see right there, I'm showing you everything. We did the full-fledged head studs, cylinder kit, or cylinder head gasket, replace both, head stud installation, head studs, yeah, replacement oil cooler kit, new water pump. We did, they machined the heads and then do an O-ring, which is a really cool deal. Speed sensor, new glow plugs, and then a high PSI AC line. So it's been, of course, it's also deleted. We also have brand new injectors, valve cover gaskets, boom, boom, boom. We literally have about, what is that, $10-ish thousand, I guess, worth of receipts, motor work just done to it within the last 100 miles, guys. This thing is a top running machine. They do a gasket kit on it, so it's got a whole, basically top end of the motor, man. So it idles so smooth. Anyway, interior, of course, is extremely nice. It's the Lariat, or not Lariat, not an F-150. It's the Limited Ultimate, which gets you a lot of cool features. One of the ways to distinguish that is by the buttons on the steering wheel. So you can see you've got your normal cruise control and whatnot, but you can also control the radio on the steering wheel. You can see it does, it is four-wheel drive, of course, does have a trailer brake controller. Again, no signs of ever being tuned. It does have the aftermarket Sony stereo with CarPlay, and then we've got the upgraded USB ports right there. Headliner's clean. Again, I'll show you under the hood. We'll start it up, and stick around, you guys. I'm going to drive this thing here in just a little while so you can get an idea of what it drives like. It does have bucket seats in the rear. which is awesome. Rear infotainment, again, everything works. Kind of cool. The floor mats, I left them in there. Usually I swap them out, but they're Ford Excursion branded, which I hadn't seen that before, so I left them. But bucket seats are good. Headliner's good. It's gonna have a little tear in the headliner back there. I'll show you when we get in the back. Bucket seats, man, they're in really good shape, good condition. Of course, rockers are good. Texas truck. Rust is not an issue here. We did a full-blown steam clean, professional interior detail. So this thing smells good, looks good, feels good, is good. Again, a little tear in the headliner, maybe 1/2 inch right there. Carpets are clean. Both doors do open. I did not open it. Just wasn't opening it. But both doors do open. Let's pop around over here. Again, guys, I would be sure to follow us on Instagram. I post things as incoming there first. Success_motors. We've got 6 other Excursions that are going to be going up. Got a couple of bulletproof low mile 6.0s like this one, as well as some real nice 7.3s. Let me show you here. Like I said, floor mat's kind of cool. It's branded Excursion. Driver's seat, our passenger seat, very, very clean. Everything, guys, this is just such a clean truck. I love this one, I really do. And the fact that we did all that motor work to it, so you're not gonna have to, no guarantees, I suppose. But man, this ought to be a really good running truck for a long time. Again, I can't stress enough the fact, JC over there at CS Automotive, he gave me a call when they had it torn apart, and he sent me some pictures of the internals, and he said, man, these are the cleanest heads I've ever seen. Forgive me, gotta put the phone down for a sec. Pop the hood open here. Perfect. Of course, batteries are new. 823. You can see the new gaskets down in there. You can also see the head stud is that right there. You can see all the new gaskets. Again, the water pump. It does have the EGR delete, of course. So it's got fresh coolant, fresh fuel filters, fresh oil. Man, this thing is, man, it's just primo. All right, let's start this thing up and I'll show you everything works on the inside. We have 2 sets of keys and 2 key fobs. This is not a cold start. Drove it over here. Man, fires right up and has just one of the smoothest idles. When it starts, it's just smooth. No lights, 234,914 miles. You can see this guy actually works, which is really cool. AC blows cold. 4-wheel drive works. Windows all work. Man, everything in here functions as it should. All right, let me get out so you can hear it idle, and then we'll take off on a test drive, guys. Man, I hope you guys can hear and see how much I like this truck. It's super clean. Stay tuned, you guys, for a full-fledged, or for the kind of the driving impressions here. I'm just gonna turn the camera off for a second, but I'll see you here behind the wheel in a moment. All right, we're back behind the wheel here of this Excursion. Man, it's just so nice. I will show you, it does have a little star right there. I'm about to have that fixed. So whenever you buy it, that won't be there. I just, in the workflow of what I'm doing, I haven't fixed that yet, but I'm actually on the way to fix that right now. But man, this thing, the transmission shifts very smooth. Brakes are strong. I believe the shocks have all been replaced recently as well. Brakes have been replaced recently. It stops so good. There's no creaks or squeaks either in this one, guys. Again, which is one of the reasons I just had my wife test drive it. It's like, girl, we got to keep this one. If you're interested in an Excursion at all, this would be a good one to keep. But all right, I'm just going to be kind of quiet and let you listen to it and see it shift and everything. Be kind of going through town here in a moment. Cruise control works. Everything works. I'm not aware of anything that doesn't work. If it didn't work, we would have fixed it. Again, kind of turning over a new leaf here. We've done great job the past year at Success Motors, and we've always been very forthcoming and whatnot. But you know, to preemptively bulletproof one, that's not something we've done before. Usually, I would have just kind of sold it and then let the new owner bulletproof it. But just want to try to sell even nicer vehicles than we've been doing. Man, just buttery smooth shifts. Buttery smooth. Steering is very tight, no hands right now. There's not any slack in this steering wheel. Like, it is a very tight steering wheel for an Excursion. Is it a brand new Mercedes level tight? No, probably not. But for an Excursion, very, very good. Again, very, very clean, you guys. I'll let the video run for a few more moments here. If you have any questions, definitely give us a holler. If you like this one, but it's not tickling your fancy, again, stay tuned. We've got 6 others coming along. Some of them will be priced a little bit lower. Some of them will be priced a little bit higher. We've got a couple of really low mile 6.0s that have been bulletproofed as well. But man, I would proudly own this one. I'd proudly sell it to you. And confidently sell it to you because it just feels sturdy. It feels like you could fly down here and drive it to New York if you wanted to. If you do want to buy it from us, we can handle everything via DocuSign, and you can just wire transfer the money and we'll have it transported to you. We've literally done that dozens and dozens and dozens of times. So we've got that pretty well figured out. If you have any other questions about this truck, or you want to see other pictures or something, man, let me know. And as always, guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you wouldn't mind. That is helpful. And read the description in the video description below, as that'll tell you everything else that I maybe forgot to mention here in this video. But anyway, guys, this one drives fantastic. You will not be disappointed. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, stay tuned, and God bless you guys. We'll talk soon.